Hey, what's up guys? I am back with my SST crafting video. I've had a lot of people ask, hey Vel, how do I craft certain items for the SST? So I've decided I'm gonna make a video showing you how I crafted some of the most important pieces. I'm gonna start with the helm. So I ended up going with the highest armor base I can get with spectral shield throw fires 3 additional shard projectiles. Now in here, I'm gonna take the cheapest Conqueror Exalt I can get, and I'm gonna throw it on the helmet base. As you can see, I do right here. And in this case, it was a Warlord. I threw it on there. It doesn't matter because we're gonna change the influence up to either Elder or Shaper, whatever I can get. So I type in Harvest, Influence, and as you can see, it says randomize the influence types on Influence Normal, Magic, Rare, reforging it with new modifiers. All we need, again, Shaper, Elder. So I think I had to hit it a couple times for this one. I think I got it, yeah, so I hit it 5 times I had to hit it, and then I got the Elder base. Perfect, exactly what I need. So at this point, I need some basic Shaper helmet. It doesn't matter what it is, just any old basic Shaper helmet, and I'm gonna take that Awakener orb, and I'm gonna place it onto the Shaper helmet, and put that orb onto the Burgonet. Now, as you can see, I ended up keeping my enchant, and now I have a base that is both Shaper and Elder. So we don't care about the rolls on this at all. It's not going to matter. And here I'm being a little fancy, where I used perfect fossils to try to get it 30% quality. Honestly, I didn't get 30%. I got 29. I called it a day. It was good enough. I think this one I got 29. 26, 29. Oh wait. Yeah, 29. I called it a day there. It's good enough. At this point, you can see I have Essences of Horror out, and this is what I'm going to use to spam the helmet. Because what we want to see here is the socketed gems deal 30% more elemental damage, hypothermia, and an open prefix and suffix. So I'm going to slam it. On the second slam, I managed to get hypothermia as well as the elemental damage, but I did not get an open suffix. Instead, I got the intelligence. So here, your choices are, you could basically beastcraft it to take away a suffix and add a prefix, since I still had another open prefix slot, or you could try the YOLO and all. In this case, I tried the YOLO and all. It did end up working. Thank God. And I was able to get rid of the int. So now at this point, as you can see here, I'm going to take this item. I'm going to lock my suffixes with suffixes can't be changed. I'm going to put it back into the Harvest Crafter and go for the crit roll. And then we just slam it. We get really lucky in this and get socketed attacks have 1% more critical strike chance, which is exactly the thing that this build is looking for. Now, in this case, you can roll socketed spells have crit. If you do roll that, the helmet is no good to you, but no worries, you could sell it and start another base. All right, it's not a complete waste. You can definitely make money off a helmet like that. So I got very lucky. Now we have the elemental damage, the crit chance, and hypothermia. At this point, you can leave this here. You can take out your 6 link, put this on. You're going to gain like 1,000,000 more damage. You could also, if you have more money, decide to take it one step further, lock your suffixes again, and hit it with a Veiled Chaos in hopes that you gain +2 projectile. Because that +2 projectile will matter for your SST. And if you go for clear and let's say take out Woke Cold Pen for some Fork is also a projectile, so it gains +2 as well. I will mention though, if you are going to go for the +2 projectile, make sure to craft on the mod every time you go to unveil, the armor and life mod, because it is the most common unveiled one that there is. So if you block that, you're more likely to get your projectile roll. So this weapon is really simple. You want to slam Essences of Sorrow on it until you get T1 fizzes cold and an open suffix. Essences of Sorrow give you 8% cold pen, and that stacked with the fizz is extra cold is so nice. Ideally, you want to do this on a Apex or a Harpy Rapier base because they are the best. Harpy Rapier is the best base, but Apex, I don't know, maybe I've just been more lucky with rolling fizzes extra on Apex Rapiers, but I just have, so I use either or, really. Once you get those two things on, you're going to lock your prefixes, which is a suffix, and then you're going to roll on crit, so you can have as much crit multi as you can potentially get. In this video, you can see I did exactly that. I'm rolling on the crit now. I think I get pretty okay with the crit, and then, yeah, so I ended up getting not the best rolls. I managed to get to 29% crit, and it did fill up my prefixes, but honestly, that weapon does so much damage for me right now, I don't really care. It's good. It also gave me some like elemental damage to attacks, so that's a nice little bonus thing that you can always have, right? If you get an open suffix, you can do the double damage. If you get an open prefix, you can do the cold and the freeze. Like I mentioned in the previous crafting, if all of your suffixes are locked out or all of your prefixes are locked out, you may have to do a YOLO and all, or again, go to the beast crafting to remove a suffix, add a prefix, or vice versa. Now on to the gloves. So the gloves, you want 35% of fizz converted to cold damage. That's what you want to see there. This is a prefix. I also got mine with 89 life and cold damage to attacks. I didn't ask for the cold damage to attacks, I just got very lucky with it. Then I ended up putting on a lower Eldritch Ichor so I could re-roll my suffixes. I was hoping to get res, to be honest with you, but I ended up getting that attack speed, so I just crafted on res and called it good. So from there, we're going to take our Eldritch Ichors, our Grand Eldritch Ichors, and we're going to try to roll on our fizz damage converted to cold. So let's see. Oh, okay, so I already got it here. I got 20%. Now this is with a Grand Ichor. I do not want to use exceptionals because they are very expensive and there's a larger pool in which to roll from, so I don't want to do that. So at this point, I have the 20%. I'm going to want to conflict up to the 25%, to the exceptional. So I had to buy some conflicts, and now I'm just going to start slamming them until I see that 20% go to 25%. So 10, 15, 10, 15, 20, 25. Easy clap. So after I gain that 25%, I use the Exarch Ichors to gain the increased critical strike chance for attacks. Now we're going to talk about the belt. So for the belt, I go for a Hunter Stygian belt, and I'm basically just looking for life and percent life on this. So I'm going to, in my case, I just bought a Hunter Exalt and slammed it on there. If you have Stygians of other influences, you can always try to switch it over to Hunter if you want. And I put on the Life Catalyst while it was still white, so I didn't have to do that later. And all I'm going to be hitting this with is some one-socket life fossils, because all I want is that T1, T2 percent and flat life, and I want an open prefix as well. So as you can see here, I got it like right away, but I did get 3 suffixes, and I can't have that because I need to lock up the prefixes and do another craft. So this one, I ended up trying to annul it off. It didn't end up working, so I had to go back and get more life fossils and go again. Fortunately, again, all you need for this is life fossils. If you want to be fancy to try to block out other things to only get life, like you can do that, but really they're not that expensive, so it's not that big of a issue at all. We're gonna get the belt base right now. It's a good enough base. It will do the job. It's a T1, T2 life. That will work, and it has an open suffix. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it to the crafting bench. I'm gonna throw on prefixes can't be changed. This is the best part of the belt, let me tell you. Throw on crit, and then you instantly, every time, gain a flash charge when you deal a critical strike. It makes you feel like a Pathfinder. It's kind of incredible because you're critting all the time. Really good to have. And I got really lucky here and rolled strength. Really nice. I actually do need strength on this build and on the belt, so that was great. And from here, you have open suffixes that you can either do a lock again and roll on chaos to try to get good chaos res. You can just craft on your own resist if you want there, or your own attributes if you need them there. And of course, the YOLO slam. With this belt, not only did I craft on a little bit of chaos res, not the best res, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's like, I don't know, 17%, but I did a YOLO slam and I managed to get like T1 fire res. So the spell ended up working out really well for me. Again, very easy to make. The biggest cost, I think it cost me, let's say a max 4 divines, because I had to buy a couple mats that I ended up using later. So really it's like 3.5 if you think about it. And that's really all the gear that you need to craft for this build. It is not as scary or as unapproachable as it seems. I promise you that. And if you have any questions, by all means, ask in the comments. You can come to my stream and ask me there. And I hope this video has given you all the confidence that you need to craft your own gear. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider liking, subscribing, all that jazz. And I hope to see you guys in my stream later. Bye, guys.